Good afternoon, Year 2. I will try this again. I've already recorded this once, but it wouldn't let me save it, so I'm now recording it for you all again. So this is our phonics lesson for today, for Tuesday, the 8th of December. We are going to be looking at Phase 5 phonics. The first part, we're going to recap on all the phonemes we have learnt so far. And when I say them, you're going to repeat them like we do in lesson. When I say, "Are you ready?" you will then say, "Yes, we are," and then you will say the phoneme that is represented by the grapheme. What I mean by represented by the grapheme is the letter written down. So for example here, D is the grapheme. When I say this sound, that is the phoneme. So when I say D, that is the phoneme, but when I write it, what it looks like, that is the grapheme, just so you know for when we're going through this lesson, okay? So we are going to go through this PowerPoint. Are you ready? Well done. Before we start, you will also need a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. You need to be doing good listening, and I would also like you to write the date down like we do in our lessons, just to write the date at the beginning of our start of our phonics lesson. So we need Tuesday, so we need to have a capital letter for Tuesday, don't we? We need to have the 8th of December written down there, so we also need December. That needs to have a capital letter as well, doesn't it? Okay, we are going to go through this now, so let's have a look. A, oi, ow, you, or, you, o, a, e, I, o, u. Okay, so what we're going to do now that you've written the date, I would like us to write down 3 digraphs. The first one, E, which is in our Phase 3 phonics. I also want you to write down E, and I also want you to write down E. So what you might notice about all 3 of these is they all are the same phoneme, but they are all represented by a different grapheme. So that's what it looks like. So that's what I was saying, when how it looks is different to the sound that each one, how it looks is different, but the sound it makes is the same, okay? So what we're going to do first is we are going to write down, Peggy's just come to join us. Hello, Peggy, do you want to say hello? I'll just get Peggy out of the room and then we can carry on. Come on, Peggy. She has gone now. So we've got our date and we need to write on our piece of paper the different digraphs. So we've got E, E, and E. They all make the same sound, but they all look different, don't they? So if you could write them down and maybe make your board into a grid, that would be amazing. Okay, so we're going to now, I'm going to say some words and you are going to decide which column you think they belong in, which digraph are you going to put them with, okay? So the first one is going to be feet. I have small feet. Okay, so write that down. I'm going to write it in mine as well, okay? Okay. My next one is going to be seat. Seat. I sat on a seat. Seat. Okay, the next one is going to be delete. 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 Okay, so I'm going to share with you now what I have done. If you have got them correct, give yourself a tick. If you have put them in the wrong column, then don't worry about that. You can just change them to the correct column now, okay? So we've got feet. Oh, where's my thing? Here. Seat. Here. And delete is in this column here. So let's now segment and blend them. Eat. Feet. There is 3 sounds in feet, so that is why we've got here the sound buttons. Eat. So I've put a dot and a line under my digraphs, okay? Let's do seat. Eat. Seat. That is belonging in this with this digraph here. Then we have got the word delete, and that's a split E digraph, isn't it? So it's split, so we don't say the sound here, do we? The end sound, but we say the sound that it's next to, okay? So delete, delete. So we need to push them all together, but because it's split, we chop it at the T, don't we, in the middle, okay? So well done if you got them all right. That is amazing. Fantastic work. What I'd like you to do now, once this video is finished, is you can come up with some of your own words and you need to decide which E digraph they would belong in, okay? So that is your job to do after this video finishes. But before we do that, I would like us to come up with a super sentence. So Mrs. Cochrane's going to say a sentence and then you are going to write down the sentence, okay? So before we do that, we're going to look through some of these flashcards because some of these words might come up in your sentence as well. And these are the words we need to be able to read and spell by the end of year 2, okay? Because we have been using this word loads in our classroom at the moment. It's subordinating conjunction, isn't it? So I know that most of you will get that one right if that goes in our sentence. Another. Before. Here. No. To. Eyes. Oh, like 2 eyes. Friends. Everyone. Would. Laughed. Love. Thought. Mother. Through. Now I've noticed some people get this one wrong quite a lot actually, and they're writing through. Have a look at that one. Maybe pause the video on this one if you want to and have a go at practicing writing that and maybe putting that one into a sentence after this video. Half. Work. We are doing some phonics work now. Great. You are doing great phonics work. Gone. Okay. So let's do a sentence now. A super sentence, fantastic writing. So our sentence need a capital letter, they need finger spaces, and they need a full stop at the end of them, okay? And then you need to read it and check that it makes sense, okay? So our sentence that we are all going to write together is going to be, my mother pressed delete because she went wrong. My mother pressed delete because she went wrong. 8 words in that sentence. My mother, finger space, pressed, finger space, delete, finger space, because, finger space, she, finger space, went, finger space, wrong, finger space, and a full stop at the end of your sentence, okay? Have a go at doing that. Now, you can pause this video and then come back to me when you've written your sentence, okay? Right, well done. I'm going to share the sentence that we had. I'm going to check it first. I'm going to check how many words, because Mrs. Cockram said there was 8 words. So I'm going to check first that I've got 8 words here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. I'm going to check that I've got a full stop. Yes. I'm going to check that it starts with a capital letter. I'm also going to check for what digraph we used in this. We used the E-split digraph. So I'm going to have a look at my word first before we share it, and I'm going to check that my E-split digraph is the right one. It's the right one that I'm sharing in this work, okay? So I'm going to share this with you now. And if you look, I have colour-coded my capital letter just to make sure that I did it correctly. My mother pressed delete because, oh, subordinating conjunction in there, isn't there? She went wrong. I'm also going to actually, because we have looked at this digraph, I'm going to also put my sound buttons on the digraph we have done. So where is the word delete? I can't see it from looking upside down. Delete. D-E-L-E-T. Delete. D-E-L-E-T. D-E-L-E-T. Delete. My mother pressed delete because she went wrong. We've used a subordinating conjunction here, haven't we? That is amazing work for today, year 2. I have really enjoyed looking at all 3 of these different phonemes today. Oh, they're upside down. So have a look at your board, see if you've got them all written down still, and you can go through these. You could also, maybe when you're reading a book, you could also see if you can find it in there as well, and come up with a list of different words. So I'm going to now leave you there. So I want you to come up with some more words into your sentence, into your grids. You could even put them into some sentences as well if you would like to. Okay. Have a lovely afternoon, year 2, and I'm going to now get a video ready for our reading. Okay. Have a lovely day. Thank you for joining me today. See you later. Bye.